I love this game.
This is Scratch, the interview with the Yellow Box, and today with YUNGBLUD.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So this game is really simple.
Yes.
What you do is you take this thing, you scratch it off little by little, and as soon as you see something, I'm going to have a question.
I love scratch cards, mate. I used to become proper obsessed with them. When I first moved to London, I had no money, so I would budget getting a scratch card on Friday night and winning like 20 quid.
So you won?
Every time, like me and my flatmate, I would win like every week and I'd buy us a Chinese.
Okay, so you'll see what you win today.
Right, let's see. This is actually so fun. A naked baby.
A naked YUNGBLUD.
A naked YUNGBLUD. This picture was taken in Seattle. That was literally just after I got off stage, after the show, and Tom was like, "Oi, Dom," and I was like in my underpants. I always walk around naked. It's not start ball naked.
I was wondering what was happening before or after, because that's like you posted it without a context. You just posted some emojis and that's it.
Yeah,
so I was like, what happened there? That's just you.
Like, to be honest, if you come backstage 10 minutes before the show or after the show,
yeah,
I'm just usually in my underpants.
Okay.
I just like, I don't know, I feel like I look better without clothes on.
Everybody's used to this picture by now, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it was funny because you know the band Laney?
No.
Paul from Laney, the singer from Laney came to have a beer with us at the Seattle show and I was in my underpants. I was like, all right, Paul. It's like, whoa, what are you doing? But I don't know why, I just like, when I get off stage, I just like being in my underpants.
Okay, good to know. Now we know it.
Let's do it.
Yes, let's do the next one if you want.
I love this game. Can I just get one of these like all the time?
Of course.
Brain dead.
There we go.
I just wanna be pretty brain dead.
So yeah, exactly. What I did was, I looked at all of your latest releases, everything you released this year, your EP and every single you did. And I looked at the words that you've written. And I counted the words you've written and sang the most from all of your songs this year. And Brain Dead is one of them.
Really?
Yeah, it's true.
That's crazy.
You sing it in that song 20 times.
20 times?
Yeah.
I just wanna be pretty brain dead.
I just wanna be pretty brain dead. I just wanna be pretty brain dead.
I found a comment underneath that video. Someone wrote, "This song makes me feel something that I don't have a name for." And over 1,600 people liked that comment. So I thought it was really fitting, you know?
That is crazy.
I was wondering, what's the feeling you had when you wrote the song?
I think with that song, man, I felt frustrated and I just wanted to let go.
Yeah.
I think that's why sonically it's so like dun, 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 and mental. Just because when I get to play it, it was kind of, I wrote it with the live setting in mind. I wrote it with like, I want this song to erupt at festivals, at my shows, in my acoustic set, whatever. I want people to just like be able to go like it's so funny, like that comment got so many likes because I relate to it. I don't know what I want to feel, but I just want to feel like it looks like this.
So that's the description.
That's the
of
description.
The
it's like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then after you're like, oh, it feels better.
True.
Do you know what I mean? I think like with that song, like when we play it live, it just feels
like that.
Yeah, legitimately like that. Time.
There we go. Time is the next word. You use it about 26 times.
Really?
Yes. So you do criticize the time we are living in right now quite often with your songs. And even the first verse and parents, you remember what you sing?
I was born in a messed up century.
Exactly.
I was born in a messed up century. My favorite flavored sweets are raspberry amphetamines.
But I also found that you posted a picture where you said, "I'm so happy for 2018 because they probably would have put me in a mental asylum if I was born 100 years ago."
Interesting.
So I was wondering, what do you love about living in this time right now and what do you hate about it?
The reason I love the 21st century, in inverted commas, is because of my generation. It's because of the way we think and how outspoken we are. I think the amount of people I meet, and I meet people everywhere,
every day in
a new city.
True.
They made me, it was those people who made me feel like it was all right to be myself. I grew up in a society, in a time where I felt like it was so, I felt like I was so alien. I felt like whatever I wanted to be, however I wanted to look, however I wanted to speak, dress, identify, whatever would be judged and almost suppressed and manipulated into a box until I found my people. And I think in the last 2 years especially, something that's ignited in culture. I think you can see it in terms of music, in terms of art, in terms of just the way people are speaking. And people just want to be united, man.
Okay.
And people just want to be free to be who they want to be, and to look how they want to look, and to love who they want to love, and to identify in any way they want to identify. And that's because of the generation, not because of the time.
Okay. So messed up because you do have those restrictions, but also the freedom at the same time.
The thing about it is, it's messed up because if you ask someone 10 years ago, a young person, if you're into politics, you'd be like, nah, man. Nah, I'm not interested. But now we have to be. Now we have to be because of what is going on in the time. But I feel so hopeful because we're changing things. Look at Greta T. Look at Emma Gonzalez. You know what I mean?
Totally.
I think there's a shift happening in culture, massively.
So also, one of the best things right now for those people are those people, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's sick. Okay. That's actually a really cool.
Cool. You already know which one it is, right?
Woo!
Exactly.
Yeah, Russia, Moscow, Russia.
But it's you with a skirt.
With a skirt.
In Russia.
Yes, it is.
So I was born in Russia, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I know that this is kind of a difficult situation for some people in there. How was your experience in Russia? I was wondering.
I love Russia. Yeah. I love Russia. I loved Russia. I want to go back there always. Yeah. Like, people like, are you nervous? I was like, no. And then we started, I did get a couple like threats online.
You did?
Like faggot in a dress, we're gonna cut your head off.
Before you came?
Before I went, yeah.
Okay.
So then like, my team wanted to get me like security or whatever. And then I turned up at the airport and kind of my response to those threats was like, right, get me my skirt, I'm gonna go to Red Square or gonna go to a monument in Russia and take a picture with the Russian flag.
Like not afraid at all?
No. Why be afraid? You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, man, like it doesn't necessarily scare me because it's like I'm being who I am and you ain't gonna stop me being who I am. You can do what you want to me, you know what I mean? Because of an inner frustration that's built up over time, I think. And that crowd, man, those Russian people, they were just wonderful. It was one of my favorite shows.
I actually saw a snippet of your show in Moscow, and the moment you sang "Kill Somebody" and they sang it back to you, you teared up.
I cried my eyes out. I was like, whoa.
Kill somebody, kill somebody, kill somebody like you.
Why was it so overwhelming for you at that moment?
They were so loud, and it was just like we needed each other. I needed them and they needed me more than anything else in the world in that moment right then.
It's interesting because you said you got those threats before, but then the show was like probably super emotional for you.
That's what I'm saying. It was just like I didn't care about that. I just couldn't wait to meet them and cuddle them and smell them and
so
sing with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Sick.
Waiting. Yes.
On the weekend.
Waiting on the weekend. I'm waiting on the weekend.
You are really open about having ADHD, right? So I can imagine waiting must be one of the worst feelings, actually. Yeah. You do? How do you cope with it?
So weird when you're a touring artist. 23 hours of your day revolves around 1 hour on stage. You know
That's
what I mean?
What I thought.
It's just like.
What do you do when you have to be waiting?
Run, meet my fans, just annoy everyone. You know what I mean? I'm like always bouncing about.
Okay.
Somewhere. I walk around the city. You know what I mean? Or I just gotta be doing something. I can't be sitting down. I think that's why like I wrote a comic book, and I'm just like I gotta do something.
So you did it while you were waiting on something? You
I'm just always just like, well, it's an idea. I'm just like either like even like I hate sleeping. I'm lying in my bunk like this, like.
It's boring.
It's like I literally had the idea for a comic book while I was like trying to go to sleep.
Really?
It's like cool. It's 3 a.m. I can't sleep. I'm just gonna write this idea.
So what do you think is worth waiting for you? What you love waiting for, maybe even if it's difficult. Stage.
Stage, fans, meeting them. Do you know what I mean? I just like.
Yeah. I
don't like waiting, but then when it comes after waiting, it's better, innit? Do you know what I mean? It's like the anticipation and the tension it's cool, it's sexy, it's uplifting, it's worth it, you know?
Nice. There we go, tongue tied.
Tongue tied just came out fresh off the bloody press.
Do you remember actually where you felt that feeling of being tongue-tied for the first time, or like what you said maybe?
Yeah.
Where you were?
That song is about feeling like you've had your right to speak been taken away from you. Mm-hmm. But if you meet other people who feel that way, you're gonna speak and they're not gonna be able to ignore you because the noise is just gonna be too loud.
So was it something you said where you felt that?
No, it was Brexit.
Oh, really?
It was like a big accumulation of, I felt like suppressed a lot all my life. My life was like a simmering pan, and the lid would go, oh, and then it'd simmer, and then go, oh, and then it'd simmer, and then go, oh, but someone would always push the lid back down. Mm-hmm. But Brexit,
that's what
it just went, and it was that strong that the hand couldn't do it, because that was a time where I could use my voice for something that would genuinely matter, and something where I could have my say on my future, and it was completely taken away from me by like people in a generation that like a percentage of the people who voted aren't even here anymore.
True.
Do you know what I mean? And I think like it was hard, but it ignited a fire in me that made me go, I'm gonna be myself undeniably, and I'm gonna try and find people out there who are like me. And then I started being like, YUNGBLUD came about, and YUNGBLUD was a call out. I was like, is there anyone out there like me? Are you out there? And a lot of people were. Yeah. You know?
Just. Actually, it's so big because you use it quite a lot.
Do I? And just let go, go, go.
Just when life gets messed up, just when you can't turn back.
And also you mentioned that you don't really like to party because you let everything out on stage. Right?
Yeah, it's like everything goes on stage.
Can you maybe describe the feeling you have just after a show? I mean, you said you take your clothes off.
Yeah, I mean, I just get naked. No, that's hot, isn't it? Just like everything came together. I don't know, man. It's just like an orgasm of energy that just lasts for an hour. That's why I don't sleep.
But after, are you like, is it?
No.
It's still going?
I'm just like, woo!
You're hyped.
Everyone's like, how do you do it? When I get off stage, I want to go on again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like, I'm in bed and I'm like, you know what I mean?
What's like for someone who has never been on stage to perform like that? Like compare the feeling to maybe another feeling you had.
I mean, like, it's very sexual. It's like an orgasm. I'm serious. Like an hour and a half of it. It just where everything like, I don't know. It's just like, it just comes together.
Yeah.
It's like electric.
Yeah.
It's like you put in wires together and it just goes, bzz, and it just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Or drinking a Red Bull and it kicking in, or drinking a coffee and you're just like, I am wired. Or, I don't know, do you know what I mean? It's literally
Do you have like a thing you really like to do just after a show? Like what's the first thing you do when you go off stage?
Scream at everyone, and they scream back at me, and then probably get a shower. I love getting a red hot shower and just like buzzing with a beer, shower beer. It's like, I was sick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, cool. No. When you were asked about the younger generation, you actually also mentioned a little bit already. You said that you like about this generation that they really know the future they want to have.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, what kind of future do you know what you want to have for yourself, but maybe also for everybody else?
I mean, absolutely, man. I think it's a future of equality and love and acceptance, no matter what person you are. And I think that's why I'm kind of banging on about Brexit so much right now, because in 2019 it's a complete
kind of,
it's a complete wall. I want all the walls, I want all the barriers, I want all the boxes to be torn down and burnt. I just want to be free. I think that's what rock and roll means, you know?
Yeah. Have you ever thought about you being older in the future and what you want to be like?
As I said to myself, I was like, I'm always going to try my best to communicate and relate to young people, even if I am old as fuck. I know older people like that. Mm-hmm. I know, like, if you just look at someone like Dave Grohl, he understands young people.
He's still cool.
Yeah, exactly. And even if he doesn't necessarily agree with it, he'll understand their point of view, and that's all we want. Listen. I don't want you to agree with me. That's not what I'm asked about. Mm-hmm. I just want you to listen to and to kind of make an effort to understand.
Absolutely.
Instead of being like, no, you're young, you don't know what you're talking about. In my face, I'm like, thanks.
Yes, I get that. Oh yeah.
Wanna.
I read in an interview that you said you want to be the rock star of the 2020 generation. I love that. So 2019 is almost coming to an end.
It is.
How do you still feel about that plan?
I mean, to be honest, man, like rock and roll and guitar music is just so important to me, and it became irrelevant for a while because,
really?
In my opinion, I think for the past couple of years it's been a bit shit.
Oh yeah, in general, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think like it stopped saying anything. It was just people just singing about fuck all. Like, it became oversaturated. No one was saying anything. No one was representing what rock and roll meant, because it was so set in its ways and stuck in its ways. Mm-hmm. It didn't amplify to me. Rock and roll, what it means to me is freedom. Mm-hmm. When I listen to The Cure, when I listen to the Sex Pistols, when I listen to Oasis, when I listen to the Beatles, when I listen to Screaming Jay Hawkins, it gives me this sense of freedom, where I feel like I can, to pardon the pun, live forever. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And Nirvana is free. And I think rock and roll music's coming back in a big way. Mm-hmm.
So 2020 is going to be the year for
I think so, man. I think, like, look at it, man. My Chemical Romance have come back. Rage Against the Machine have come back. I know they're older. They're old. But if rock wasn't starting to become relevant, they wouldn't have a platform to come back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm obsessed, and I can't wait to stand and watch Gerard Way get back on stage again, and watch Tom Morello get back on stage again with Rage. It's going to be like mental.
So if you said that you want to be the rock star of the 2020 generation, what do you think, what defines the rock star of the 2020
I just think
generation?
tapping into 2020 culture. Rock didn't tap into culture. Rock was idiots in leather jackets singing about fucking love, and I called it like guacamole rock.
Guacamole rock.
Do you know what I mean? You turn up at night, you can tell some of the songwriters turned up at 9 a.m. in the morning and left at 5 p.m. and was like, let's write a rock song. I'm like, fucking hell, alright.
So what does it have to be like?
Just fucking in your face and free and whatever and real, talking about real shit. Mm-hmm. That's why hip hop took over, because it gave you a fire in your belly. It poured gasoline on the fire in your belly. That's what I want.
That's what it has to feel like.
You know what I mean? I think so.
Okay, perfect. I like that.
Let's go, last one. I think there's 2 more.
Yeah, 2 more. 2 more.
Pretty.
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 Yes.
Pretty.
You are really confident in expressing yourself, also in the way you dress, either on stage, off stage, or maybe no clothes at all.
Oh, no clothes at all.
Depends. So, what was the last thing you wore that you felt really pretty in?
Oh, wow. Last night, man, I put this like mental, like crazy David Bowie silver makeup on, and I felt like, really pretty in it. Yeah.
Just because you wanted to?
Yeah, I was like, I love it.
Yeah. I also saw a post that you made. You said, every day is Halloween for me. Kind of like.
Yeah, man. The thing for me, man, like I loved Halloween because I loved wearing makeup, but I couldn't wear makeup where I was from. So Halloween kind of gave me an excuse to kind of be like secretly me. You know what I mean?
And now you're like,
and now I'm just
don't need Halloween.
Nah, I'm just like, and that's why I think I identify with the Joker so much. I don't know, man. I think like boundaries in terms of gender and clothing are becoming old.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Fuck those boundaries, man.
Yeah.
I just think like it's so funny, isn't it? Like when you think about men and women, what we're supposed to wear. Women wears dress because accentuates body. You means she can have baby. It's like fuck that. I love wearing a skirt.
I also saw a tweet you made. You said, "Come as you want when you are."
Come as you want, and it's like, so sick, man. It's like just when I look into some of the mosh pits, man, there's like lads in leopard skin skirts, just like and then girls just in like whatever, just beating them back. You know what I mean? And it's just like I love that there is no boundaries anymore. It's just like. Yeah. Someone came in a Pikachu costume last night. I was like, you look awesome.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah, Pikachu was like...
just because you wanted to.
In the pit. This girl, she was like smashing the pit in a Pikachu costume. Like, she looked so cute. She was like... Aww. And then she was like raging. I was like, yes!
That's amazing. Okay, so I think...
Last one, final one. Are you ready?
Yes, I am. Are you?
Drum roll.
What do you think it is?
I.
That's it.
I.
If I try to stay alive and realize I'm going blind.
And that's actually the most used word. It's
really?
Yes. So yeah, you
that's
also
so funny.
You said that once you discovered the real you, YUNGBLUD, all your restrictions went away. Do you remember how you discovered YUNGBLUD?
I think YUNGBLUD was a self-discovery all my life. As I said, I've talked about a simmering pan earlier. But I had this month in London. I had a month, call it the month. And I was in a flat in Fulham. And I just said, I'm so sick of being what everyone else wants me to be. I'm going to be what I want to be now. And I remember the flat had like this extension bit onto it that was the kitchen, but it used to be like just a wall because it had a window going into the kitchen, and if I saw light coming through that window, I'd know it was daytime. I had no concept of time, and designed the pink socks, and I designed the outfits, and I wrote King Charles, Polygraph Eyes, I Love You, You Marry Me, poems like in that week.
When was that? How old were you?
About 17, 18.
So that's when you first moved to London, right?
Yeah, I mean, moved to London at 16.
16, yeah.
And then found YUNGBLUD like just turned 18, I think.
Okay, so it took you like the whole experience of
moving to London
and everything.
Yeah, and seeing.
Do you remember what was the first thing you did as YUNGBLUD?
Probably me and Adam went to Camden. In the pink socks and a big black coat covered in makeup.
And you were like, that's it?
Yeah.
This is it.
I went to the Holy Arms and I was like, I belong. And like, the Holy Arms is a really famous pub in London where Amy Winehouse, it's like, they call it Amy's Pub, and the Libertines, and I went in there and I felt like I belonged there.
And YUNGBLUD was born.
And YUNGBLUD was born.
Perfect.
Pink socks, a coat,
and everything.
And a pint of lager.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, man.
It was
Cuddles.
amazing.
Fuck yeah.
So the last thing I need from you is everyone who scratched the box also drew something on it
Yes,
or signed
absolutely.
it. So feel free to do whatever you want. Perfect.
Ta-da! Thank you so much. I love that. That was sick.
I loved it too.
I love scratching, man. That's so sick. It's like so good for my mental health.